Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my NBA DraftKings picks for Wednesday, October 18th. We got our first full slate of the first full slate of the NBA regular season. Got an 11-game slate today on this Monday, so a big slate, plenty of guys to look at. I am recording this video during halftime of the Cavs-Celtics game, so I did want to kind of finish it in time for the start of the third quarter. So, going to hit on a few guys, maybe like 3 or 4 guys. Sort of in the upper tier, and then 3 or 4, a couple value plays at each position. And sort of just give you guys an early look at how you can attack this slate. Like I said, I do record all my videos the night before, so these are just early looks, nothing set in stone. But I am just going to hit on a couple guys at each position that you can consider into putting into your lineups. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so at point guard, a couple guys up top that I definitely want to hit on here. First off, Damian Lillard is our most expensive point guard today at $10,400, getting to face the Suns. Really good matchup for Lillard, but I think he's just a little bit too expensive. Not going to be paying up for him. Giannis Antetokounmpo, definitely my favorite point guard on the slate. If I'm going to pay up for point guard or small forward where Antetokounmpo is eligible, I'm definitely going to be playing him. He's probably one of my favorite studs on this slate. $10,300. Giannis, this is definitely a breakout year for him. I know in a lot of seasonal drafts, he's going number 1 overall. A lot of people are taking him with their first fantasy pick of the year in seasonal. So he's definitely being highly touted this year. And like I said, I think it's going to be a breakout year for Giannis. The dude can pretty much just do everything. He can score, rebound, assist, block, steal. Pretty much can do it all. So absolutely love this spot for Giannis. Good matchup against Boston. Don't know if they really have anyone that can stop him. Giannis is pretty much matchup proof. I would imagine they would put Jaylen Brown on him or Marcus Smart when Smart comes off the bench. Those guys are definitely good defenders, but not good enough to stop Giannis. So love him here at $10,300. Probably one of my favorite overall plays on this slate. Even though it's very expensive, definitely think you can fit him in today. And you're looking for sort of some cheaper options in the mid-tier and cheaper in at point guard. I definitely like Eric Bledsoe at $7,600, getting to face Portland, getting a matchup against Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard, not a very good defender. Definitely a guy you want to attack. So I do like this spot for Bledsoe. If you are looking towards a mid-tier at point guard, I definitely think you should be considering him today at $7,600. Although I think that Devin Booker is definitely going to have a really good breakout year for the Suns, Bledsoe, I would imagine, is still going to be contributing a lot. Given this good matchup against Lillard, who, like I said, not a good defender, do like Eric Bledsoe at $7,600. If you are looking at the mid-tier at point guard, should definitely be considering him today. And then some other cheap point guards I want to hit on. $6,600. Definitely like D'Angelo Russell here, getting to face the Pacers. A good matchup for Russell. And now that Russell is with Brooklyn, with the Nets, he's pretty much going to be relied on a ton for scoring. Even when he was with the Lakers, he was still a pretty heavy scorer. And now that he's with the Nets, a team that's not really good, I would say Russell might be the best player on that team. He's obviously going to be relied on a ton, going to have a high usage rate, going to have the ball in his hands a lot. And in this good matchup against the Pacers, I do like D'Angelo Russell. If you are looking towards the cheaper end, the 6K range at point guard, do like this spot for him at $6,600. He will definitely be a guy I am considering today into putting into some of my lineups. And then looking for some cheaper value plays at point guard, do like Darren Collison here at $5,300, getting to face the Nets. Probably the worst defensive team in the league. The Nets, they do play at the fastest pace, one of the fastest paces in the league. So this game's going to be up in pace, should be pretty high scoring. And Darren Collison is going to be starting for the Pacers this year. So I think this is a good spot for him at just $5,300. If you are looking for a cheap point guard, I definitely like him here, getting to play in a fast-paced game that should be high scoring. Think it sits well for him. Good matchup overall. I like Collison. Looking for some value at point guard. Then one more point guard value play I like is Dejounte Murray at $4,100, getting a matchup against the Timberwolves. Tony Parker going to be out for a while, about 4 to 6 weeks with an injury. So Dejounte Murray is going to be starting for the Spurs. Should see close to 30 minutes. I would imagine he's going to play probably at least 25 minutes a night. So that definitely makes him a considerable value play at $4,100. If you are looking to punt point guard or you just need a value play on the slate, with him starting now that Tony Parker's injured, I think that does make him a good value play. Getting a matchup against the Timberwolves, Jeff Teague, not the best defender. So if you are looking for a cheap point guard on the slate, do like Dejounte Murray here at $4,100 against the Timberwolves. But yeah, those are just some point guards I wanted to hit on. A couple guys at each position or each price tier that you can choose to put into your lineups. Just some guys I wanted to hit on. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to shooting guard. Alright, so up top at shooting guard, we've got James Harden at 10,200, getting to face the Kings. Harden definitely in play here. Obviously a good matchup. I think if I'm going to pay up for a stud on this slate, or pay up for a guy that's over 10K, it's definitely going to be Giannis. He's probably one of my favorite plays on the slate. So I probably won't be on Harden, but he's obviously in play. It is a good matchup. He is really expensive, but I think there's enough value on the slate to where you can fit him in. So definitely like Giannis up, or definitely like Harden up top at shooting guard. I already mentioned Eric Bledsoe, like him a ton at 7,600. Getting to face Portland, definitely a good matchup there. Also like Devin Booker against Portland. Like I said earlier, I think Booker's going to have a really good year this year. He is going to be relied on a ton. He's obviously a great scorer. And in this high-paced game that I would imagine is going to be pretty high-scoring, I think it sets up well for Devin Booker. So he is a guy I will definitely be targeting in some lineups. If I'm looking at the mid-tier shooting guard, do like Devin Booker here at 7K. And then looking for some value plays at shooting guard, under 6K, 5,600, like Dion Waiters, getting to face Orlando, getting to face the Magic. The Magic, not a very good defensive team against the shooting guard. Definitely think Dion Waiters sets up well here if you are looking for a shooting guard play or a shooting guard value play on the slate. He is a guy I will be targeting in some lineups at just 5,600. Especially if Goran Dragic doesn't play. Dragic right now, he is listed as questionable. Obviously, if he is out, that's a big upgrade for Waiters. You would imagine Waiters going to have to take a little bit more shots, take some more shots than normal. So if Dragic is out, love Waiters as a value, sort of a mid-tier value play. But even if Dragic does play, still think it's a good spot for Waiters. I like his price tag, and the matchup's really good. So he is a guy I will definitely be targeting at shooting guard. If I'm looking for a shooting guard in that price range, he will be a guy that I definitely target. And then a value play that I like at shooting guard. You can also play him at point guard. For 4,500, like this spot for Yogi Ferrell, getting to face the Hawks, who have been really terrible over the past years against point guards. Dennis Schroeder, not the best defender. Atlanta has really struggled against point guards. And with Seth Curry out, it looks like Yogi Ferrell might be in the starting lineup. Should see a ton of minutes. So I think he is another cheap guy that you can target, looking for some value. Like I said, with Curry out, he should play a ton. And Atlanta has been really bad against the point guard. Dennis Schroeder, not a very good defender. I would imagine that Ferrell's probably going to play point guard, but even if he plays shooting guard, still like the matchup. So he's a guy I will definitely be targeting if I look for value at shooting guard, like him at 4,500. But yeah, those are just some shooting guards I like on this slate. Let's go ahead and move on to small forward. Alright, so small forward, like I said earlier, love Giannis on this slate. You can play him at small forward or point guard. He's probably one of my favorite plays on this slate. We'll definitely have him in some lineups. But looking for other guys at small forward, in the 5K price range, there is one guy that I absolutely love here. 5,500, Rudy Gay, going up against Minnesota. Not the best matchup. I would imagine Gay's going to be matched up with Jimmy Butler. And Butler is a really good defender. But Gay is going to be really relied on here. Kawhi Leonard has already been ruled out for this game. So Rudy Gay is probably going to have to play some heavy minutes. I would imagine at least 30 minutes, if not 35 minutes in this game. And I would imagine he's going to have to step up and score the ball a little bit more, him and LaMarcus Aldridge. So I do really like Rudy Gay on the slate for some value. Love his price tag at just 5,500. With Kawhi out for this game, definitely think Gay is going to have to step up, get a more heavy workload, have to play some more minutes. So he is a guy I will definitely be targeting at 5,500. Even though it's a pretty tough matchup, just think with the workload he's going to get, with how many minutes he's going to play, how long he's going to be on the court, he should definitely be able to produce and return value on that cheap salary. So Rudy Gay, a guy I will be targeting at small forward. Love his price at 5,500. Definitely a value play that's going to be on my radar today. And then one more value play I like at small forward is Jason Tatum at just 4,100, going up against the Bucks. With that really gruesome injury happening to Gordon Hayward, I would imagine a lot of these Celtics players are going to have to step up. Kyrie, Tatum, Al Horford, going to have to step up, score the ball a lot more now that Hayward is going to be out for a while. And I would imagine that Tatum is going to see a ton of minutes now that Hayward's out. So really good spot for him, just 4,100. He did start in their season opener. He was in the starting lineup. I would imagine that's going to continue from here on out. And you would think he's going to see an uptick in minutes as well now that Hayward is out. So I do like Jason Tatum. If you want to punt small forward, need a guy that's really cheap, definitely consider him today. At just 4,100, really cheap price tag. Think he's going to definitely be able to return value on his cheap salary. But yeah, those are just some small forwards. Looking early looks at this slate, those are some small forwards I will be targeting. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to power forward. All right, so up top at power forward, we got Anthony Davis at 10,500. Really expensive price tag for him. He is currently questionable for this game, but it looks like he is going to play. But even if AD plays in this game, don't think I'm going to be targeting him or Boogie. Now, if AD is out, we'll definitely have some exposure to Boogie, even though it's a tough matchup, a slow-paced matchup against Memphis. Memphis plays at a really slow pace. They're pretty good defensively. Definitely a team I like to shy away from. Don't like taking guys against Memphis. But if the Brow somehow misses this game, DeMarcus Cousins will be a guy I will definitely be targeting at $10,000. You know he's going to see a ton of usage, going to see an uptick in minutes with AD out. But it looks like Brow's going to play, so just probably going to be avoiding those guys in general. Like I said, I don't like taking guys against Memphis just because they're a good defensive team. They play at a really slow pace. Usually a lot of their games are low scoring, so probably won't be on AD or Boogie. Like I said, I like the Giannis is going to be the guy I pay up for on this slate if I do pay up. But in the mid-tier at power forward, like I said earlier, I like Rudy Gay at small forward. I think he's a good value play. Also like LaMarcus Aldridge, 7,300. You know he's going to have to really step up here with Kawhi out. Last year, LMA had a ton of good games when Kawhi was out. He scored the ball a ton. He saw an uptick in usage. And Aldridge, he did just get a 3-year contract extension. So he's got a lot going for him in this game. And with Kawhi out, I think they are going to heavily lean on Aldridge. He's going to have to score the ball a lot more than normal with Kawhi not being active for this game. So he is a guy we'll definitely be targeting at power forward at 7,300. And then looking for some cheaper guys at power forward, I did already mention Rudy Gay. Love him at 5,500. James Johnson at 5,200 going up against Orlando. I do like this spot for James Johnson. He does usually play off the bench. He will be playing off the bench. But this guy, when he gets the minutes, he can definitely produce. Even if he only plays 25 minutes, he's still a guy that can get over a DraftKings point per minute. So even if he plays 25 minutes, he can still definitely get you 25 DraftKings points. And that's 5x salary, obviously great value. So he is a guy I do like. Just 5,200 at power forward. Good matchup against Orlando. Not a very good defensive team. So JJ, definitely a guy I will be considering if I look for a cheap power forward. He will be on my radar today at 5,200. And another cheap value play I like at power forward, Skal Labissière at 4,800. Going up against Houston. One thing I am worried about here is the blowout potential in this game. It wouldn't surprise me if Houston just blow out Sacramento. But even if it does blow out, you would imagine Labissière is going to get some blowout run. He should be in there. And when this guy gets the minutes, he can definitely produce fantasy-wise. So he is a guy that I definitely like. Looking for a cheap power forward at 4,800. He does start, but even if the game does blow out, I would imagine Labissière is going to be out there and blowout run. He is one of their young guys, so they can definitely run him out there even if the game isn't close. So I like him at 4,800 going up against the Rockets. Very fast-paced game. Should be pretty high scoring. Even though if Houston has most of the scoring, I would imagine Sacramento's going to be able to put some points on the board with how fast-paced this game should be. So I do like Labissière here at 4,800 at power forward. But yeah, those are just some power forwards I like. Looking at power forward quickly, those are some guys I will be targeting in my lineups today. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to center. Alright, so at center, I've already talked about AD and Boogie. Already mentioned them at power forward. But looking at some other guys at 8,400, have a lot of interest here in Hassan Whiteside going up against the Magic. I believe Whiteside has had some monster games against Orlando in the past, and it's definitely understandable. Orlando's not very good defensively against the center. Nikola Vucevic, not that good of a defender. Whiteside is pretty expensive, but we know this guy can definitely produce, has the potential to give you a 20-20 game, get you 50 DraftKings points. We know he has that kind of upside. And in this good matchup against Orlando, he's a guy that I will be targeting here. At 8,400 at center. Definitely like him a ton if I pay up. And looking for some mid-tier guys, Dwight Howard at 6,500. Like this spot for him going up against Detroit. Andre Drummond, not a very good defender. And I would imagine that Dwight Howard is going to have to play a lot of minutes here. They're going to need him out there when Drummond is on the court. They're going to need Howard's size to go up against Drummond. So I think Howard's going to have to play a lot here, have to play a lot of minutes. And when he's out there, it is a good matchup against Andre Drummond, who's not a very good defender. So I definitely like Dwight Howard at 6,500. If you're looking in that price range, he will definitely be a guy I consider here. And then another cheap play I want to hit on at center, Nerlens Noel at 5,300 going up against the Hawks. Now that the Hawks did lose Dwight Howard, they're not going to be nearly as good defensively against the center. And Nerlens Noel is a guy that when he is on the court, definitely will produce for you. You're just going to need him to play about 25 minutes. He definitely can get you a DraftKings point per minute. And if he plays 25 minutes, gets you 25 DK points, obviously that's crushing value. That's nearly 5x his salary, which is good for cash games. So as long as Noel gets the minutes, he will be a great value play at 5,300. Definitely a guy I will be targeting. If I'm looking for a cheap center, he will be on my radar in that 5K range. But yeah, those are just some quick centers I wanted to hit on, just giving my overall thoughts at center. Not going to go through every player, just because I don't want the video to be so long. So just going to hit on a couple guys at each price tier that you can target putting into your lineups. But yeah, that's pretty much it for center. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like on this video and be sure to subscribe as well. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on so you'll never miss out on any of my new videos. I will be doing NBA videos daily along with NFL videos every week. So you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed so you never miss out on any of my videos. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, she shaking fast. Yeah, she dropping slow. What? Yeah, neck on fro. Whoa, 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 whoa.